My background is I have a bachelor's degree in management, specializing in marketing. I had a few different jobs until I graduated university, but none of those jobs were long term or in the corporate world. And once I graduated university, that's when I got started in the corporate world, in sales actually, as a business development executive. And I got started cold calling existing customers from different areas of the business to get them to book an appointment to then cross sell them on a software solution. I wasn't the one doing the cross selling, but I was in charge of just cold calling them and booking the appointments for closers to come in and be able to hopefully close the deal. And I had no high ticket sales experience before or during that job. And I got into high ticket sales around a month and a half after joining that job as a BDE. I have never done other high ticket sales training programs before. And I have had sales training in the corporate world before. I have watched videos, podcasts, presentations, read books, anything that you could find online on high ticket sales. I've gone through when I was trying to get into the high ticket sales world. And after I got training with Adam, I realized that the difference is quite big. Just the approach in and of itself, obviously, a lot of the things, especially training that I got in the corporate world or high ticket sales online, is heavily focused on just hard selling or handling objections. And working with Adam, you learn how to not even get objections. So you learn how to get prospects to convince themselves and to close themselves, as he says. So the approach is just completely different from anything that I've seen, any training that I've had before, and just working with human behavior, working with those skills that, looking back at the other training or other things that I've seen online, it just, all of them just seem outdated knowing what I know now. So it's just a completely different approach, and it's not even comparable in many ways. Inverse closing has completely changed my perspective when it comes to sales. Whereas I thought about sales before, and everything that you see online is just salespeople trying to tell prospects how great their product is, how great their service is, how we can help them, and all of those things. Whereas with inverse closing, you're actually having a conversation. And if you think about it from my perspective, from a salesperson perspective, it makes me more comfortable just not constantly trying to push a product or tell somebody how great the product or service is, but just having a conversation, making them feel like they're having a conversation. And with that comes along just how powerful this process is, because as humans we love talking about ourselves, we love talking about what we're going through. So most people will enjoy that aspect of the conversation in the first place without even realizing that they're closing themselves, that they're telling themselves and convincing themselves on why they need the product, on why they need the service that I'm trying to sell. So from that point of view, I can see how powerful it is. And just also as a salesperson, I joined because of the earning potential, and seeing how my earning has exponentially increased over the last few months and how it has been increasing every single month. I can see how powerful it is from that perspective as well. Learning inverse closing has dramatically improved my sales. I mean, looking back to where I started when I didn't really know about inverse closing or understand the principles and the concepts behind it, to where I am now. Last couple of months were my best months in terms of earning by far. And just looking at what I've been able to achieve in being in high ticket sales for less than 10 months because of inverse closing has just been really exciting, and it just gets me more excited for what's ahead and what's to come. I mean, my overall thoughts on the training when it comes to the content itself, just understanding the principles and the concepts, how to apply them, that alone already changes the dynamic and also the results and the outcomes of the sales calls. And just the coaching that you get along with it is the perfect combination where you're able to learn the content, so you're able to apply the principles. And once you're able to do so, um, listening to the calls in real time, so listening back to the calls and getting that real time feedback, is just invaluable. I mean, just making smaller changes and tweaks to even the smallest things, like the words that you used in certain times or the tonality that you used, just making those adjustments as you go as well. I mean, it's just the perfect combination. Becoming a high ticket closer has changed everything for me. I was always worried if I was going to be stuck in the rat race or in the 9 to 5 life forever. That's just something I know that wasn't going to work for me. And I wasn't going to earn as much as I'd like to, or at least not as fast as I'd like to, in the corporate world, in the 9 to 5 life. So just becoming a high ticket closer and really being able to exponentially increase my earnings, be able to help out family, my home country, and just personally having the freedom to not only financially, but also location freedom, just being able to not have to work a 9 to 5, to work from wherever I want. I was living in the UK. Now I'm in Germany for a few months, and then I'll be going to Brazil when I leave Germany. So not only financially, but just being able to also have that freedom and the flexibility on a day to day is just invaluable, really. Someone should join the Cerra Closing Academy simply because it works really well. Understanding the psychology of prospects, working with human behavior to get the best outcomes in the calls, and just having the coaching calls as well to ensure that you're constantly improving, getting better, working on your skills. It's helped me improve my sales skills, improve my earnings, and also just have the lifestyle of a high ticket closer and be able to have the freedom and the flexibility, be able to help family financially. So just the opportunities that it gives you, not only when it comes to the sales skills, but also the support that you get constantly to be improving the whole time, is just that sort of support is invaluable as well. So I couldn't recommend it enough.